Have you ever said something out loud that you didn't mean to say out loud? That statement just kind of came out your mouth and you're like, oh my goodness, what are these people going to think about me right now? Are they going to see me as someone that's weak? Are they going to see me as someone who, can't do the things that I should be able to do? I've been there. So my husband and I, college sweethearts, we were getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. We were so excited. We were 5 years overdue. And the thought of being away from our kids, having a great time, we were headed to Jamaica. We were going to do the adult things, sleep late, no schedule, no routines to follow. And we decided that, let's climb Dunn's River Falls. This is a waterfall coming down and you're climbing up it on slippery rocks. Sounds like a great adventure, I know. But my husband didn't know. I had a secret. See, I'd actually been dealing with numbness in my feet, tingling in my hands, and even vertigo. But I was not going to ruin our trip, so I didn't say anything. On the plane ride home, I told him my secret. The first doctor I went to told me, I think it's probably stress. And I had to tell him, sir, while we are sitting in this room, it's spinning around and around. I said, okay, let me send you to someone else. He sent me to a neurologist. He said, I think you just may have a compressed nerve. I said, okay, no problem, but I'll run some tests. Great. I did what they tell us not to do. I'm sure you can guess. I Googled my symptoms. I did. I Googled my symptoms. And no matter what I put in, I felt like I was not winning. If I were at a slot machine, every pull was a lose. And I just didn't know how to handle what I was seeing. It was nothing that made me feel good. At that moment, I was so mad with Google. If it were a person, I would have been in a battle fight because I did not want to believe what I was seeing. And then I'm thinking, this is just going to be too much right now. We already have so much on our plate with our daughter who's on the autism spectrum. So this just cannot be true. So many emotions came up. I was there in that anger for a moment, I'll admit. But then I came to a place of peace. And then the call came. Mrs. Butler, we have your test results. You have multiple sclerosis. This was the same reaction I had. None. The doctor was a little confused, but what he didn't understand was that all of my frustration I had taken out on Google. So he was getting the at peace me right now because Google caught all of my anger, frustration, aggression, and ready to fight. So I sent a message to my family and close friends, letting them know I have MS. I'm not in denial. I don't want to talk about it. And it's not going to lead our conversations. Now, I was giving them this calm front, but really underneath, I was uncertain because I read the prognosis and nothing about the prognosis made me feel good. I felt like I was on borrowed time. That same year that MS entered my life, earlier that year had been one of the top moments in my professional career. I'd received an award for Middle School Counselor of the Year because I worked in education for 27 years. I was so excited. So in 1 year, I had an award in one hand and a diagnosis in the other. Every opportunity because I felt like I was on borrowed time. If they asked me to do something, I was like, yes, yes. I became the queen at yes because I felt like I was on borrowed time. I didn't know how long it would be before MS would take something from me. So I probably overcommitted if I have to be exact. And I kept my MS a secret because I didn't want people to see me as weak. So while I'm battling moments with my MS where I'm needing steroid treatments, dealing with facial paralysis, oh my gosh, I woke up once and I couldn't see out of one of my eyes. I thought I had a stroke, but it was just optic neuritis. All of those things, even a 5-day hospital stay, because I took 2 pills from the doctor to give me some energy when my body was asking for rest. Instead, I went for a quick fix, asked my doctor, hey, can you give me something? It's around the holiday season and I got so much I need to do. And of course, he said, you really need to rest your body. But I told him, no, 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 I can't stop right now. I got things to do. So he gave me a prescription, took 1 pill one day as prescribed. I took the next pill the next day as prescribed. And a few days later, I was in the hospital with acute liver failure. You see, because I thought I was on borrowed time, I was hiding my MS diagnosis from really anyone around me other than close friends or people I felt like I had to tell for safety reasons. So even after that hospital stay, because I felt like I was on borrowed time, I didn't say anything. I went back to work. I led a training. But that's when things started to change for me. And I started feeling like, you know what, this is dangerous. This secret is very dangerous for me. So I had to make a choice. And in making that choice, I realized that I didn't have to live my life feeling like I was on borrowed time. I had to reframe how I was receiving, accepting my MS diagnosis. It required me to do a mental pivot, to see it as something that I had to embrace, and I had to speak positivity into myself, into this diagnosis.